Hello, welcome back to Sorare Assist. So we've got another top 5 today for you guys. Today I'm going to be focusing on the top 5 defenders in Europe on Sorare. If you like this video, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. If you're not signed up to Sorare yet, sign up, use the link below. You'll get a free limited card after buying your first 5 cards on auction. You can also join my Patreon as well with a 7-day trial where you'll get access to the full shortlist of all the players for every region, the best players on Sorare Fantasy Football. Okay then guys, let's get stuck into it, and of course none of this content is financial advice. Always do your own research, especially with the current outflux of players going to the Saudi Arabian League. Okay, let's get stuck in guys. So the first player I've gone for is a little bit of an easy pick really, and that is Trent Alexander-Arnold, who is still only 24 years old. He's got a contract with Liverpool till 2025. So an L40 of 65 and L15 of 71, as you can see, is on fantastic form for Liverpool, especially towards the end of last season. He is going for a hefty price at the moment, 171 for his limited and 1,195 for his rare. He is of course an England international as well, so he's got that England utility. In terms of fixtures, in the first few games for Liverpool, they were away to Chelsea, then at home to Bournemouth, away to Newcastle, and then at home to Aston Villa. So a couple of tasty looking home fixtures there for Liverpool. And Alisson was also a goalkeeper that I highlighted in my top 5 goalkeepers in the video last week. So this is probably a good defensive stack with Alisson and Trent, especially if you're a Liverpool fan as well. So let's have a look at his scores then. So as you can see, absolutely fantastic scores here towards the end of last season when he was getting more regular first team minutes. He's got an average of 64 in his 34 starts, and he's got a fantastic AA score of 21.7 as well, which is really impressive. So he's going to be getting some really good scores, some peak scores, especially when he is getting a goal or assist. And of course he's going to be getting plenty of those with the number of crosses that he does put into the box. Last season for Liverpool then, he started 34 games, 37 appearances in total. He scored 2 goals as well last season for Liverpool. He actually had 1.1 shots per game as well. He had a fantastic number of accurate passes per game with 49 accurate passes per game, and also 1.9 key passes per game, plus 25 big chances created. So as you can see, an absolutely fantastic player for Liverpool last season. He also kept 7 clean sheets as well for Liverpool for the games he started, and 1.2 interceptions per game and 1.5 tackles. So a fantastic choice. Trent is still young as well, of course, so he's looking a solid option in defence. Next up, we've got Rafael Guerreiro. He's only 29 and he now plays for Bayern Munich. So that is probably going to increase his scoring potential here on Sorare. Although Dortmund did have a fantastic season last season, and it did go down to the last game in terms of the title winners in the Bundesliga. Of course, that was Bayern Munich in the end, but Guerreiro does now play for them. I think his scores should stay around similar to last season. He's got a contract with them until 2026 as well. Of course, he's a Portuguese international as well, so he has got that international utility also. He's got an L40 of 67 and an L15 of 72. So as you can see, he was on fantastic form consistently last season. His limited at the moment is going for around £37 and his rare is going for around 398. In terms of fixtures for Bayern Munich at the start of the Bundesliga, they were away to Werder Bremen, home to Augsburg, and then away to Mönchengladbach. There is then some international fixtures for Portugal as well in the European Championship qualifiers. So scores-wise last season then, as you can see, some really high peak scores here, including 4 100 scores, a 99 score, 93, 94, just consistently high numbers. Not many scores here where he's getting below 50. He had a fantastic average of 68.3 in terms of his SO5 scores in 26 starts. And he also had a fantastic AA score of 20.5. So really good numbers here from Guerreiro, and as I say, I do expect those to continue for Bayern Munich. Last season in the Bundesliga, he started 26 games, 27 total played, 4 goals in those 26 starts, and also 12 assists, which is absolutely brilliant. He also created 12 big chances and had 2.1 key passes per game. He was also chipping in defensively as well with some interceptions and tackles. So, fantastic player this guy, Guerrero. And as you can see, he only actually kept 2 clean sheets in the 26 games he started for Dortmund. So I think he's going to probably keep a lot more clean sheets than that with Bayern Munich. That's obviously going to boost his scores here, which really are looking solid already. So I think he's looking a fantastic choice for next season. Another fantastic choice in the European leagues in defence is Douglas Santos. He's been consistently good on Sorare for probably the last 3 years or so. He's been an absolutely fantastic player on the SO5 scoring matrix. I was lucky enough to spot this early and actually picked his 1 of 100 up in terms of this rare card back in 2020. There's one that I definitely won't be selling. He's got an L40 of 40 and an L15 of 67. He's actually got a long contract with Zenit as well till 2026. There has been some rumours of potentially moving away, but nothing really concrete. His limited is going for around £98 at the moment, and his rare is going for around 1,350. But you are going to need to buy this player from another manager, because currently Sorare are not auctioning off Russian league cards due to what's going on at the moment in Russia and Ukraine. But he's a fantastic choice on SO5 nevertheless. In terms of fixtures for Zenit at the start of next season as well, they're away to Nizhny Novgorod, then they're away to Rostov, home to Dynamo Moscow, and at home to Fakel. So some pretty good fixtures there, especially Rostov, Novgorod and Fakel. So it looks like some pretty decent fixtures there to start off for Zenit. Scores wise then, well, they speak for themselves, these scores. Some absolutely brilliant scores. 70s, 80s, 90s and 3 100 scores. And if we look at his AA score, 35.5, which is absolutely brilliant. And he gets these sort of scores as well without any goals or really any assists. He only actually got 3 assists in 27 appearances last season. Overall though, fantastic option here, as we can see. Usually plays at left back or centre back for Zenit. He's a brilliant player. In terms of his last season's stats then, 27 starts there for Zenit. He had 3 assists. He averaged 2.2 key passes per game, 60 accurate passes per game, which is fantastic. He also had 13 clean sheets as well with Zenit, and he's averaging 1.4 interceptions per game, and tackles per game is averaging 2.2. They're racking up the points for him. He's also winning a number of duels as well per game, winning an average of 60% of the duels last season for Zenit. So Douglas Santos is definitely one of the best defenders on Sorare. It has been for the last few seasons. So you know what you're going to get with the Zenit player. Next up we have the Invisible Man. Actually no, it's Danilo of Juventus. So there's no picture for him at the moment because I don't think Sorare have got another license to license some more new season cards of Juventus, but they're still obviously going to be scoring points on Sorare. They're still going to be covering the Serie A league, so that probably makes the Danilo cards even more valuable because at the minute they won't be printing any new ones. He's only 31 still as well. He's just recently signed a new contract with Juventus as well till 2025. So he's got that long-term utility as well. And he does get some games as well for Brazil, of course. So he's got the international utility. He's got an L40 of 65 and an L15 of 67. His limited at the moment is going for around 45 and his rare is going for around 285. In terms of fixtures next season for Juventus, they're away to Udinese in the first game, then at home to Bologna, away to Empoli and then at home to Lazio. So there's a couple of fairly difficult fixtures there for Juventus, but I think Danilo is still going to be scoring high, even if it is hard opposition. So I think he's a fantastic choice there. If we look at his scores then, we can see some 80s, 90s, a 100 here as well. He's getting some really good peak scores, and his AA game is looking fantastic at 26.1. He's got an average of 64 in his last 35 starts. So really good scores here from Danilo, some consistent scores. And I think he's a very consistent player on Sorare. Last season for Juventus, started 35 games. He got 3 goals as well actually for Juventus last season. 3 assists as well. He's also got a good accurate pass rate as well of 85% accuracy and 47 accurate passes. He also had 20 clean sheets as well in the games that he played for Juventus. 1.3 interceptions per game as well. 2.5 tackles per game and 3 clearances per game. These three statistics are going to what's helping his scores rack up in the AA perspective. He's also got a number of ground duels won as well and total duels won. So he's a fantastic choice here in defence for your SO5 teams. And the last player and the last defender that I recommend in my top 5 defenders for Europe next season is Nico Schlotterbeck of Borussia Dortmund. He's only 23 as well, so he's got that under 23 eligibility until 2024. He's got a contract, a long one with Dortmund as well, till 2027. He's got some fantastic scores, L40 of 62 and L15 of 62. Price at the moment is around 84 for his limited and around 861 for his rare. He is a German international as well, of course, so he's got the international utility. In terms of fixtures for Dortmund at the start of next season in the Bundesliga, they're at home to Köln in the first game, so that looks pretty tasty fixture. Away to Bochum also looks favourable, and at home to Heidenheim, who are of course the team that got promoted from the Bundesliga 2 last season, so that should be a good fixture for them. And then away to Freiburg as well. So a pretty good start for Dortmund next season, and Schlotterbeck is sure to be a beneficiary of that. If we look at his scores then, we can see some absolutely brilliant scores here. In the last 27 games, he's only actually got 4 scores below 50. That is absolutely astounding. 23.1 AA score as well, 66 average in terms of his SO5 score. And this graph tells the full picture here. Just consistently high scores in the 70s and 80s range. If I was being really picky, you could probably do some scores in the more of the 90 to 100 range. But if he's going to be getting you the 70s and 80 scores, that's probably going to see you right in terms of your SO5 team. So some fantastic scores here for Schlotterbeck is certainly one that should be on your radar. Last season in the Bundesliga, he started 27 games, 4 goals as well. He also had 5 assists. He had 58 accurate passes per game on average, which is brilliant. He also had 8 clean sheets for Dortmund, 1.1 interceptions, 2.1 tackles, and 2.4 clearances per game as well for Schlotterbeck. And he's also winning 66% of his duels as well. Fantastic option, and he does conclude my top 5 defenders in Europe on Sorare Fantasy Football. If you did like this video, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. If you've not signed up to Sorare yet, sign up, use the link below, you get a free limited card and get to draft your teams ready for next season. You can also join my Patreon as well, where you'll get access to all the best SO5 Fantasy Football team players on Sorare. You can do that as well by using the 7-day free trial. Link for all this is in the description. Anyway guys, thanks for watching as always. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and I'll see you again on the next video.